Guys, welcome back to my self-growth journey channel, and for those who are new, welcome. My name is Britannia, and in my channel I talk about self-growth, self-love, and love in relationships. So if you're interested in this kind of content, I would love for you guys to join the family by subscribing to the channel. Now, in today's video I will be talking about, do you have a poverty mindset, a broke mindset? I will be breaking down today's video in 3 different topics. I'm going to talk about how to recognize if you have a poverty mindset. I'm going to talk about the difference between a rich person mindset and a poor person's mindset, and I'm going to talk about how to overcome a poverty mindset. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. If you see me looking down at any point in time, I'm looking at my notes so that I can give it to you guys. Do you have a poverty mentality? And if so, where does it come from? And why do you have a poor mentality? As you know, everything starts from childhood, from your child. So what you learn in your environment, what your subconscious mind receives from when you are a child, is what you grow up to do. Always remember that. It starts from a very tender age. Now this is where the poverty mindset comes from. You hear your parents talk about money in not a good way. They always say money is the root of all evil, or I can't afford it, or rich people are greedy, or them rich people step on others people for reach which by them want for reach in their life. So you hear all these negative stuff about money from a tender age. It doesn't matter who grow you, whether it be your parents or your auntie or your grandparents. It all starts from at a tender age. Now you grow up with this mentality that money is the root of all evil. And let me tell you this, money is not the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. The scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. But we always misinterpret the scripture and put it in our own way and say money is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all people. Root of all evil is a person controlling the money. It depends on where your mindset is. So if you're a bad person, then if you're grabalicious and want everything, then you know, so the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not the money is the problem, it's the person behind the money is the problem. So because we grow up with this mentality that money is the root of all evil, it causes us to be resentful when it comes down to money. And we don't do this consciously, we do this subconsciously. Because our subconscious mind take in everything from when we was a child. So if you grow up now, say you want to have money, you want to be rich, your subconscious mind is going to keep you away from being rich because of how you look at money, or how you perceive money. So if you look at money like, say, money doesn't matter, then not care if it come in your life, or if you say you can't afford it, or you don't have it, not care if the money come in your life, it not going to stay with you. Because you already put out in the atmosphere that you can't afford it. You're very tight, you're mean with your money. So It not gonna stay with you. It not care what you do. You ever wonder, you work so hard, and when you get a pay, you not even know which part it turn? It's because of how you grew up, where you grew up with the mentality of how money is. Money is not a bad thing. So if any point in time you hear somebody saying money is the root of all evil, I can't afford it, there's not enough money to go around, rich people greedy and them gonna say them better than people, then that is you being resentful of attracting what you want. You are attracting exactly how you perceive money. So you yourself are gonna say, how is it that I can't keep a certain amount of money, or hold a certain amount of money in my hand? And even if you do hold a certain amount of money in your hand, it don't last for a long period of time. It's because of how you perceive money. The difference between a rich person's mindset and a poor person's mindset is a rich person creates a life for themselves, whilst a poor person mindset always say life will happen to them. Them no go out, or them no have the mentality there to go at it head on, and no matter what, them have to achieve what them want to achieve. Them just make life, anything what life give them just accept it. Whilst a rich man, him create what he want out of life. Him create it. Him not make life beat him and say, I saw life go. No. And I saw life go. Life go according to how you want it to go. So you have to create what you want to achieve. That's the difference between a rich person mindset and a poor person's mindset. Another thing, poor person's mindset always justify. Find something to justify why them is the way them is. For example, a rich man have what he wants, have what he have because an inheritance, right? I can't afford that because my parents didn't leave a foundation for me. That's justifying a situation. To make yourself feel good, you have to try to justify the situation to stay poor, to stay in the poor mindset, the poor mentality. So you try to justify the situation to say, because your parents them don't leave a steady foundation for you, that's all you're come on this earth to accomplish. Nothing. So that's another poor-minded mentality. The next one, you always complain. You don't find nothing grateful in your life to give God thanks for. You always complain. The difference between a rich person's mindset and a poor person's mindset, a rich person finds gratitude in every little thing that he has. While you are focused on what you don't have, a rich person is focusing on what they do have and giving thanks for it. Give thanks for what you have now and stop complaining. And while you're complaining and not doing anything about it, you're just complaining. Complaining not gonna get you anywhere now. Because negativity attracts negativity. And if you keep on complaining about a problem, about a situation, and you don't find a way to solve it, the problem is still going to be there. It is still and always going to be there. So stop complaining and be more grateful for what you have now. and try to find a solution to your problem instead of complaining. Another thing, interesting versus commitment. A poor person mindset is interested in being rich. Is fascinated of the thought of being rich. But when it comes to the commitment of getting to that point where I want to be rich, you bug out because you say it's too hard to get there. You don't have the means to get there, the resources to get there. So, you don't bother think about it. You go work for people and just say, I saw it go. No. You have to be committed and not interested. Because your interest will die out sooner or later. But when you are committed, that commitment, that persistency is what will get you to the level that you want to be. So stop being interested and start to be committed. Because a rich-minded man would always commit to what he wants to accomplish in life. Remember that. Another thing poor-minded people do is say and think bad things about rich people. Them see a rich person, you get envious, you get jealous, you start thinking negative towards the person. If you want to be rich, you cannot think negative towards a person that you see is living their best life. It is not supposed to make you feel some type of way. It's supposed to give you the sight to say, yes, it can be done. Stop being negative. When you see somebody rich, the first thing come to your mind, boy, I not like her. Boy, I can go on. No. Turn around your negative thinking into a positive thinking. If you see any of these traits that I'm talking about in yourself, that means you have a poor-minded mentality. You have a poor mentality. Stop looking at the rich and condemn them and feel some type of way because you are not where they're at. If you want to be where they're at, work towards it. Change the way you think. It all starts with the mind, It all starts with the mind. Money is not hard to come by. Money is not hard to get. But it's where the mind is. And where the mind is, that's where your situation is going to be. So change the way you think. Change the way you think. Now that's the few things I have seen the difference between a rich person mindset and a poor person mindset. And you don't have to be rich in order to have a rich person mindset. Just know say you are going to be rich. Because if you're in a poor environment and you make up in your mind no matter what, you are going to accomplish all your goals. You are going to be amongst the great men and women in this society. You are going to get there. You are going to get there. It all starts with the mind. Whatever you believe is what will be your reality. It all starts with the mind. Now, I'm at the last part of the video. How to overcome this poverty mindset. As you all know, or if you don't know, here it goes. Surround yourself with people who know how to make money, with people you see that are striving in their life. Surround yourself with those kind of people. Look in your circle. If you have 4 persons around you, at every time it's either arguments. I'm sitting and talk about all the work where them have them now feel good enough, but them just go because them want the money. Them have negative mindset. It's just nothing positive when you're around those certain type of people, whether it be a friends, whosoever. And sometimes you can't get away from your family, but you can use your phone to make you reach to the level that you want to reach. And that, let me ask you a question. Do you know where you want to go in life? Because if you know where you want to go, you can start to make plans and preparation in order to get there. So surround yourself, find people, go on social media, go on YouTube and type in the life that you want. Or anybody you see that live in the life that you want, follow up on them, man, and take a book, a page or 2 out of them book, and you will reach there. And on your journey, God will send the rest of people them in your life. But you have to make the first move. You have to make the first move. Surround yourself with people who knows how to make money. Give back to others. That's my next point in overcoming a poverty mindset. Give back to others, because when you give, you will receive. So always give back to others. It don't have to be a big work. Give what you can, and always be truthful when you're giving, and give because you want to give. Don't give with the intention because I'm going to get back something while I'm giving. And even if you are giving with the intention of getting back something, be honest with God and say, God, I'm giving this because I want to get something in return. And I know that is not a good way to go about it, but I'm being honest, and help me to give from a place of just giving because I want to give. Give and you shall receive. Stop being mean and tight because you claim to say you don't have it. Release and you shall receive. My next point. Your words are powerful. Your words are powerful. If you get up every day and because of how you think, I want to come out of your mouth. Right? Because we always think a thought before we release it out of our mouths. If you get up every day and you say, I'm poor, Lord, nothing not go on for me, work hard, forget. If you speak that into the atmosphere, that is what is going to be your reality. You are always going to have nothing because that is what you focus on, having nothing. Change the way you talk, change the way you think, and you will see a major difference in your life. And it's not going to happen one time. As I said before, it's a continuous thing. And if you can catch yourself every time you say a negative thing out of your mouth, if you can catch yourself and say no and reverse it and say something positive, then you're in the right direction. Change will come out of your mouth, because death and life is in the power of the tongue. I will speak more ill over our life more than life over our lives. Sometimes you wonder if somebody had done something, when the truth and the fact is nobody not doing anything. You're doing yourself it because of what come out of your mouth. When you talk over yourself, when you talk over your children, it will come out in the reality, because that's the way you focus on. That's the way you talk. Be mindful of what you say. Always be mindful of what you say. My last but not least point. Admit that you were conditioned to think about money in a negative way. You see, when you can admit the fact that you are going about something the wrong way, then you can start to correct it. But if you turn a blind eye and say you're not doing anything wrong, then there's nothing to fix. But if you can admit the fact that how your parents, how you view or think about money, how you was conditioned to view money, and it is not in a good way, then you can put steps in place to overcome these poverty mindset. You can put things in place to overcome this poverty mindset. It is not difficult to how we human beings make life tend to be. It's not difficult. All you have to do is make up your mind to stop think the old ways you used to think. Stop do the old things that you used to do. You can't expect to do the same thing, think the same way, and expect a different result. I always say that you can't expect to want a different result when you are walking in the same direction. You have to change your footsteps. You have to change the path that you are walking in order to reach a different and the destination that you ought to reach. You have to change the pattern of which you speak. You have to change the pattern of which you think. Not because you are born in a certain environment means you have to be like the environment. You can stand out. You can make a change. You have to be determined and want to make that change. And it all starts with the mind. The mind is a very powerful thing. It is a very powerful thing. And so when you can control what you think, you can control your outer world. Anything from the inside, you can change and control. Anything at all from the inside, you can change and control. Then you can control your outside world. Change your mindset. And stop blaming people for how you are or for where you are now. Because at the end of the day, your parents grow you in the best way they know how to. Your parents' parents grow them in the best way they know how to. So come off of the blame game and say, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to make a difference? And it all starts with the mind. And after you say you make up in your mind, it's perseverance and commitment, consistency. And then you will get your results. And it's never stop. It's never ending. because you always have to work on yourself in order to grow. You always have to work on yourself, work on your personality, work on the inner man in order to grow. So if you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you get value out of my video. I hope you can implement these things in your life. I hope even one thing I say, open your eyes to realize that what I am doing is not right. Let me make a change. Then I'm grateful. I'm grateful. If I've touched your life in any way and you want to see more of me, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, and share. I love to add value to you. And sometimes self-love comes with self-discipline. And you have to love yourself enough to know how to discipline yourself. You have to love yourself enough to be aware of yourself. So come on this journey with me. Subscribe and work on your mentality. And I will see you next week. Bye.